You know, with each thing that we do on both our side as well as the school board side is we always are trying to make life as normal as possible and not be some militaristic or prison-style system. You know, we want life to be normal as can be, but we weigh that with safety and security.
So let's just talk a little bit about physical security on campuses. That's what I think a lot of people really see is the secure entrances, the access control where you can't just open any door and walk through. You know, there's one point of entry with access control where you've got to be buzzed in with video surveillance. And I don't know of a district our size that has more cameras available and accessible to not only school administrators but also to our 911 center and accessible to deputies in the case of any type of emergency.
So anytime that there's any type of activity on campus that would be a threat, or you know, any type of situation that would be out of norm, I would say our 911 center has direct access to pull up those cameras in those locations where that incident may be happening. They can relay that information directly to the SRO as well as responding deputies about what's going on, and oftentimes that creates a much quicker response because you know exactly what's going on and where to go. And so that's been something that we've been working on for some time, and we've had it available to us for some time, but we continue to find ways to enhance that, and we do just that.
So along with physical security on our campuses, a new feature, not necessarily new, but maybe a new approach to an old feature, the metal detection systems or weapon detection systems that we've known about for years and had them before in the district, and very cumbersome, very large and immovable kind of thing. And we've kind of evolved in that process now, as many of our families will know, into the open gate metal detection system or weapons detection system. And so thanks to you and your department, Sheriff, for helping us vet the right product and then really set up a system where it's pretty seamless.
You know, that particular type of technology allows a normal walking into the school day without putting everything on an x-ray belt like you do in some places. But we accomplish the same goal. And that's something that I think is important for parents to understand, is that each thing that's done, each step forward comes with so much thought of not only are we accomplishing the goal of safety and security, but how can we do it in a way that's not intrusive, that allows a sense of normalcy on the campus.
I agree with you. You know, two of our core values, one being a positive and caring culture, and the other being a small town vibe, that small town traditions. You know, we want to always hold true to who we are and be proud of the small town and that rural feel, and invite a positive and caring environment. But we also know that it's incumbent upon us to ensure student safety is foremost on everybody's mind. So, you know, I always tell people it's an and approach, it's not an or. So it's a collection of things, and this and that. And one of the things that I feel like is still an opportunity for us to grow in, one of our strategic priorities is ensuring that we provide for the social emotional well-being of our students. And what that means is meeting kids where they're at and providing them the resources, the staffing, the folks who can counsel with them and address their needs. We know kids, you know, have a lot going on and are living in some troubled times sometime, in some troubled situations. And so while, yes, we are focused on the physical barriers and those kind of security measures that are vitally important, but we're also focusing on, you know, how to meet kids where they're at.
And I think that's a good time to highlight the interactions of our SROs. You know, oftentimes they may be from the outside seen as just police officers on campus, but that's not necessarily the case. They act in such a larger capacity than that. They build relationships with these kids. They become somebody that these kids can trust, that they can talk to. And they're not just law enforcement officers that were put on
Yeah.
campus. They actually receive specialized training that's required by us to come to a campus. And so in that training, you know, they learn about the things that you just talked about, the social and emotional aspects of things, how to interact with those kids, as well as, you know, oftentimes they become the person that the kid will disclose things to
Yeah.
about their life at home or whatever. And so it's an important thing that we bridge our SROs, you know, they're being on campus with working with the school system and all of the things that they have in place to take care of them.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
It's an honor to work in a parish that values their students, that values their community, and allows us to do the things that we do to keep the students safe. I look forward to what's coming, to all of the plans that we continue to make to keep our students safe, to keep our community safe, and we just look forward to making that DeSoto difference.